A Washington nonprofit that sells bracelets to help fallen heroes is in trouble again. The Washington Attorney General warns the company is still harassing customers even after a judge's warning.
KGW investigative reporter Kylie Boshi first raised questions about this company last year after finding complaints from around the country. Kyle, we keep seeming to come back to this story.
We do indeed. In the latest move, the Washington Attorney General sent the company a cease and desist letter. It outlines a series of complaints and suggests if the company doesn't clean up its act, the AG will have no choice but to go back to court and seek stiffer penalties. The website, fallenherobracelets.com, is still in business and still getting complaints, according to the Washington Attorney General.
Comes a bit of a surprise that it appears he's back at it again.
Last week, the state AG sent a cease and desist letter to the company, warning it was in violation of a court order to stop harassing customers.
Once a judge bangs that gavel and tells you, you must do X or you cannot do Y, if you violate that agreement, you're back in front of that judge and big penalties can accrue as a result of that. Judges don't mess around with this.
When someone called me to complain, a KGW investigation last May uncovered complaints from around the country about the Tacoma-based nonprofit. On its website, Fallen Hero Bracelets sold memorabilia to honor the U.S. military and pretended that sales went to help improve veterans' lives, according to the AG's office. Several customers told KGW they didn't get what they paid for, and when they complained, the company responded with vulgar emails and threatened to sue.
Just kept escalating the threats about lawsuits and everything.
Greg Church of Billings, Montana warns the company is still harassing customers, even after the injunction. He got this nasty message in mid-February.
He's threatening to sue me for torturous interference. I'm a former police officer. He's threatening to sue me and my department.
The Fallen Hero Bracelets website no longer mentions charitable activities, and the company appears to be using a different name, Hudson Bay Trading Company.
He can change his name, he can change the company's name. That's not going to make any difference. If the conduct that he's engaged in violates the terms of that injunction, he's got big problems.
I reached out to the company and its owner for comment. He didn't respond to me, but he did respond to the AG's office, arguing that he's not in violation of that injunction, so we'll see how things play out from here.
Somehow I don't think this story is quite over.
He's putting up a fight, that's for sure.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle. And if you have an idea for Kyle to investigate, give him a call, 503-226-5041, or send him an email. Call Kyle at kgw.com.